Amy and Alfie, seeking a thrill, snuck into an old theater, their Halloween itch to fulfill. No other adventure greater. On gaining entrance, they spied two masks, softly illuminated. One laughing as the other cried, startled the teens who hesitated. Then one mask spoke, "Hello, please come in if you must. Join our Shakespearean show, but please don't mind the dust. We have 2 seats just for you. They're on the second row. Follow the spotlight on through. It will show you where to go." A beam of light then flashed on, suddenly shooting across the rows. Toward theater seats it was drawn. To a position for them it chose. A powerful force drew them in to the seats they were allocated, and thus the performance did begin. With apprehension they awaited. 3 witches were upon the stage, in a ghostly pile of mystical rubble. Stirring a cauldron they did rage, double, toil and trouble. Tipping the pot toward the pair, a wave of Halloween stew descended. It was about to engulf them there, when it vanished in a mist upended. Then to the right they spied Macbeth, and in his hand a bloody dagger. He wailed about old Duncan's death. "The king is dead," he said with swagger. Turning to the frightened pair, "Here's a Halloween treat," he said. Launched the knife through the air, barely missing them overhead. To the left, 2 men graced the hall, bound a sweet old man to a chair. Then removing one eye they did call, "Thus because of old King Lear." This as punishment for his errors. Tossed the eye after dislodging it toward the teens with startled stares, who ducked down trying to dodge it. Then Hamlet appeared upon a stool, holding aloft a skull in his hand. Alas, poor Yorick, was he the fool, or the king's jester? We understand. He spoke, a pestilence on him, for a mad rogue was he. Then through the skull and hence it missed them, but only barely. "Enough, enough," cried the juveniles, and attempted to exit the place. Stumbling over chairs into the aisles, it was a mad scramble and race. Suddenly Shakespeare did appear, and pleaded for them not to go. "There is more to come, never fear. You'll miss the best part of the show." Searching, they found a door by the stage that led them to stairs descending. How far they went was hard to gauge. Into the dark, it seemed never-ending. A large room opened in a hazy glow. Dressing tables with mirrored backs, masks on one wall in a neat row, and all about a maze of tangled racks. Curtains, fixtures, lamps, and lights, vests, sashes, buckles, and shirts, leotards, leggings, tutus, and tights, dresses, blouses, scarfs, and skirts. Fixtures and props, tables and wraps, lighting and ropes, scenery and cords, feathers and stoles, cloaks and caps, helmets and armor, daggers and swords. As they fought their way through, the masks cried out, "Don't go! What is the matter with you two?" Tentacles made their progress slow. A spiral staircase then they spied, climbed more stairs for an escape, and bursting forth they did collide with instruments of every shape. They were playing the most macabre music the two had ever heard, eerie and spooky with a strange throb. The whole place seemed so absurd. And on one wall was a giant bookcase with shelves of scripts, books, and such that suddenly exploded into their faces, flying around them, just out of touch. They spied another door in the back. Freeing themselves, pushed into the night, found they were surrounded in black. Only the moon provided some light. Was that not the craziest thing? It was a place of fright and fear, but it was a real Halloween zing. We should come again next year